Hello everyone and welcome to this session today. I am Nelly Kwasunwe, a transformational and mental fitness coach. I want to wish all of you a prosperous new year 2022. This is the first sessions on tips on self-discovery, and today we'll be talking about self-esteem. What I'll cover today is what is self-esteem, importance of self-esteem, the factors that impact self-esteem, and how self-esteem can affect you. And the last one will be how to improve your self-esteem. What is self-esteem? Self-esteem is how someone view themselves, their values, their worth, their capabilities, what they can do. It's just how people perceive who they are. And this is based on various beliefs that people hold about themselves and how other people view them. It can also have an impact on their emotions, their opinions, their appearance, just so many. So it's really varied. Self-esteem affects people in various ways because when you are in an environment where you get positive unconditional love or support, you tend to develop a high self-esteem because you are confident within yourself. But then if you are in an environment where it's full of negativity, you get criticized on everything, you start doubting your abilities, start doubting what you can do, even start doubting when you make any decision. So then it will affect you. You will have a low self-esteem. The importance of self-esteem. It impacts on your ability to make decisions. Because if you have low esteem, when you want to make a decision, you'll be thinking, is it correct? Is it not correct? Will you be blamed? Will you not be blamed? So that confusion, so it takes you a very long time to make a decision. And sometimes at the end, you don't make that decision because you fear that you might have it wrong and then you might get blamed. Self-esteem can also affect your relationships because you might not want to say things the way they are because you might fear that when you express yourself, you might hurt someone. Or probably you are hurting within you, but you don't feel confident enough to express yourself. Whereas on the other hand, when you have high self-esteem, you can say what you want. And sometimes you don't realize how you can be hurting other people. So whether low esteem or high self-esteem, they have their pros and their cons. It impacts on your emotional health and overall well-being because it's how you see yourself, how you see others, and how you relate to the world. So again, if you have a positive impression about yourself, you can easily relate with other people, and vice versa. If you have negative aspects about yourself and you see just your weaknesses, it will affect the way you view yourself and also how you relate to other people. Your motivation. You can be over-motivated or under-motivated. The factors that impact self-esteem. It could be age, disability, illnesses, your social status, your thought pattern, racism and discrimination. It can be genetic, but there's ongoing debate that the environmental factors are more important than the genetic factors. How self-esteem can affect you. I will differentiate the two because, like I've said earlier on, you have the low self-esteem and the high self-esteem. With the low self-esteem, we get really concerned because you project yourself in a different way. You project yourself in a lesser way than you actually are. So, low self-esteem impacts you in that you are unsure and you doubt your abilities and your decision-making process. It can be delayed, or probably at the end, you don't make any decision. You might rely on other people to make decisions for you. And imagine if other people are constantly making decisions for you. It means that your opinion will not even count. To an extent that you might think that you don't even have needs, because you would want to please other people, and then you don't even know that you have your own needs. You'll be unsure, and this can affect your motivation. You will not be motivated, or you will lack motivation. You will not want to try new things because you have that fear. So this low self-esteem, the basis is coming from fear. Because you fear that if you try new things, you might fail. You might not have it right. So all that fear, you don't want to do new things because you don't know how the outcome will be, even if they are explained to you. But because you've not done it before, you don't want to even try. You might struggle in relationships because you will fear to express yourself. You fear that if you say something, you might hurt the other person. This one, I'm not talking of intimate relationship. It could be part of the relationship, but I'm talking of relationship overall. It could be with your children, with your parents, your siblings, your colleagues, your friends. So it's just relationships in general. So if you struggle to express yourself, you keep those thoughts within you. And then you take on other people's opinion. This really impacts on your confidence because you start doubting yourself. You judge yourself and you feel that you are unlovable. You are unworthy. You are not enough. Then you focus on your weaknesses. And even if you have some strength and you have some successes, it is common or easy to attach it to luck instead of what you actually deserve or the effort you have put in it. You will put other people's needs first. And even if you identify your own needs, you will just push your needs to the side because you don't feel that you are worthy. You are not enough. All that is how you feel about it. It is from your beliefs. And then you have difficulties setting and maintaining boundaries to the extent that you become a pleaser because you fear that you might step on someone's toes. So you are very, very careful of what you say, what you do, and you just want other people to tell you what to do. And then you are just like the executor. You just do what is being told. And your own initiative does not count. So that is it for low self-esteem. The next, how high self-esteem can affect you. High self-esteem, you feel very motivated and confident in what you do because you know your abilities and your capabilities. You want to do new things. You don't fear. When you find new opportunities, you want to take advantage and do new things because you are sort of being curious. You feel positive about yourself and you know your potentials. However, you might struggle in relationships because you might be overconfident and think that, oh yeah, I know everything. I know myself. And even if someone tells you that, oh, you are not doing this right, you might become very defensive. I say, no, I know myself. And then it can impact on your relationships. You might feel entitled to success, even if you don't have the abilities because of that confidence. You are too confident. It might block you from self-improvement because you have the belief that you are perfect. and then you don't want to change anything about yourself. And the last one I'll talk about is about the being perfect. Because growing up, they have been receiving these praises, this unconditional love. They know that they are worthy. They prize themselves. It's not bad, because we, instead of having low self-esteem, which is like a deficit, it is better to work towards high self-esteem. However, whether low or high self-esteem, there are ways that you can improve. You can improve on your self-esteem. Improving on your self-esteem is to have a high level of self-awareness. Work on yourself. When someone says something, straight away, don't take it as a criticism, even if it sounds as a criticism, because there might be a 1% or a 1 to 10% of truth in what has been said. What you can do is step back, reflect on what has been said. But before you do that, you need to have an open mind. Though it might be really difficult if you have been criticized or you have received negative comments most of your life. It will be difficult to find anything good in what someone has done or someone has said to you, which is why it's really important for you to develop a high sense of self-awareness. Get to know who you are. Become aware of your negative thoughts. Because when you have low self-esteem, you easily see your weaknesses instead of your strength. So watch out for those negative thoughts and challenge the negative thought processes. When you become aware of yourself and you want to capture those negative thought processes, question yourself. Question. Why are you thinking the way you are thinking? Why? Keep questioning. Follow up questions with why. When you get an answer, you follow up that answer with a why, and just you are questioning yourself. And the reason you do that is because you have all the answers within you. And if you don't have that open mind, you will not be able to question yourself, because you might be deflecting the answers. You might not be honest to yourself. But the actual fact is, you have got all the answers within you. But the issue is to explore it. Watch the negative self-talks. Instead of using negative talks, use positives. When you succeed in something, take the compliments and know that you deserve what you earned. You deserve the success, instead of putting it to luck. No. And you need to praise yourself for every success. No success is small unless we put it, or we make success to be small. So be proud of your achievements. It could be daily. For instance, if you wake up in the morning and you make up your bed, that is an achievement, because not everyone is able to do that. So look at the small achievements that you can attain every time. You wake up in the morning early on time, praise yourself. You wake up in the morning and you have a bath on time. If you plan to leave the house and you leave the house on time, that is an achievement. Praise yourself. So when you look at it, achievement is not just like having an A grade or an A star and things like that. No, just things that some people see it as normal things to do, but to some others they are massive achievements. So just look at those little things that you can achieve in a day. When you start that practice, by the end of a day, you will be amazed and surprised of what you have been able to achieve in a day. So it is to be aware and carry on with that practice to identify and acknowledge your small daily achievements and praise yourself for them. Accept compliments. Accept yourself for who you are. You are imperfect. You are weird. That's just what makes you special. Embrace your uniqueness. Accept you for who you are, because you, regardless of how much you copy some other person, you will never be the same like that person, because everyone is unique, everyone is special, and we have special characteristics, special abilities, special talents and skills. So you can only be you. Improve on you and not try to make you a version of some other person. Those are some of the things that contribute to low self-esteem, because you just see yourself as, oh no, I can't be like that person. But then improve yourself. When you accept yourself for who you are, make yourself a better version by improving, because you can be who you want to be. Because everyone is born with abilities and talents, but then growing up we forget them and we take up on other people's expectations, and then we forget about ours. But if you tap into your inner power, you are very, very powerful. And the last one I'll talk about is self-love. Exercise self-love. Accept you again for who you are. Because sometimes it's common to say, oh, I'll love people conditionally. For instance, let's say our children. It's common to hear that I will love my child if they do. So that is conditional. So if the child or whoever doesn't meet to the expectations that you put, then you won't love them. So it's a reflection. Have that self-love, because you can only give what you have. If you have that self-love, then you will give self-love. It will be difficult or impossible for you to want to hurt other people if you are coming from a place of love. So this is all I've got for you. So what I've covered today is on self-esteem. What is self-esteem? The importance of self-esteem. Factors that impact self-esteem and how self-esteem can affect you. I talked about low self-esteem and high self-esteem. And the last one is how to improve self-esteem. So thank you so much. So go onto my website, which is clarifythyuniqueness.co.uk. You can send me a message or you can comment down below and I'll get back to you. Remember, you are very special. You are unique. You are weird. You are imperfect. And that's what makes you just perfect the way you are. So keep that and know that you are unique. Embrace your uniqueness. Thank you so much and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.